For more on this, let's cross live to Mr. Peter Vincent, an expert in counterterrorism in Washington, D.C. Peter, what do you think are the possible reasons behind the Army's coup this time?
You know, it's been an extraordinarily bizarre and almost surreal night. I pride myself on knowing Turkey very well, having spent a lot of quality time in the capital city of Ankara, as well as in Istanbul. And, you know, the military has very much taken to heart the admonition by its father, Ataturk, to protect democracy and to protect a secular state. And I think certain members of the military in Turkey were upset that the current president, Erdogan, was not doing either of those things. And they've called it a coup d'etat. I prefer to call it, in this particular instance, a coup de colonels, because it appears to be sort of lower-ranking members of the Turkish military and perhaps just a faction of the Turkish military.
So how do you think this attempted coup will affect Turkish politics?
Well, I think it creates great instability. I think it enables President Erdogan to essentially consolidate his power. I think it will embolden him. Many folks have suggested that this was a sort of a fabricated coup d'etat. It was over very quickly. Of course, we don't know yet how many people were injured or killed exactly. We'll know that in a few hours, and heaven forbid it's a large number. One individual killed is far too many, obviously. But I think it will really complicate Turkey's efforts to get into the European Union. That is now one member, or will be shortly one member short as a result of Brexit, because President Erdogan fairly skillfully was able to leverage the very significant mass migration refugee crisis to try to obtain concessions from the European Union, including a sort of fast-track admissions. There are currently 2.7 million Syrians residing and living temporarily in Turkey, and I think that this just complicates the entire dynamic for the region.
Well, Peter, how significantly do you think this attempted coup will affect geopolitics?
Well, you know, it's interesting in this age of supersonic jets and high-speed internet and you know, vastly moving technology moving at a vast speed, geopolitics and geography still counts for a great deal. Of course, Turkey is in a very unique situation, straddling two continents, Europe and Asia. It also shares a border with very important countries like Iraq and Syria and Iran. And I think that this instability, this chaos, just creates additional concerns throughout the region, which will have an impact throughout the entire globe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Vincent in Washington, D.C.